What I have with me today are artifacts of one of my first cosplays. This was a Mark III Iron Man suit I built for my 5-year-old son who wanted to be Iron Man for Halloween. It took me 12 months to build, and I learned a lot of things in that first build. I built my very first hardened piece. This was made out of fiberglass and Bondo. This is my very first EVA foam build I ever made. This is the neck seal from that suit, including the rare earth magnet connectors. And this is one of the arms, his right arm of the suit. These are the only pieces of the suit that still exist. Everything else has been lost to time. And unfortunately, the repulsor that was sitting on this arm is lost. But we have footage of that, and I'm going to show you that. This was me working through how to design and make a working repulsor for his suit. And I had a bunch of fun doing it. It involved using just a simple, cheap child's toy and modifying it to make something pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at very old video of me making my first major costume.
So here's the hand plate. It's now hinged. I accomplished this by sticking a metal pin through the two pieces. So now this bends and folds. This will be up on the forearm piece. This will be down on his hand. So as he moves his hand back to fire the repulsor, this part of the hand plate will stand up like that and then return back down to the correct position when his hand is flat. Okay, so this is a real quick walkthrough of how we have things temporarily wired up. Battery pack that will be on the back of the suit to power up the entire electronic package. We have a model of Michael's hand with the glove, the light hanging on the front with wires hanging off the back. They'll be connected by a 2-pin connector to the hand plate, which will be mounted on the wrist piece of armor. So that will just sit on the back of his hand like so, so that when he tips his hand back, that will push this hinged piece back. And the effect of that, obviously, is that that becomes your trigger. So how we get that done, we strip down circuit board from the toy with nothing left but the speaker part of the circuit board. I've cut it down to just having the microprocessor, the connections for power, resistor and a capacitor, and the connections to both power and to the light. And then I've wired in a teeny tiny little micro switch. I think I took that off of a flash camera, one of the push buttons for that. But the thing that makes this work is the little ribbon that runs back and forth between the piece that's in the back here where it's mounted through the little tunnel here, and then just slides up and down up there. It has a stopper on it, and that stopper, when you pull it far enough, hits the micro switch, which then fires your repulsor.
And the thing I want to highlight is that this is just finding a cheap child's toy and modifying it to turn it into kind of a cool cosplay feature. And this is something that anybody can do. I'm not an electrical engineer. I simply went ahead and put parts together that already existed and made something kind of cool. My hope is that this inspires you to take some risk and do something different. Find an off-the-shelf part and use it in a unique way. Or take something apart, figure out how it works, and maybe implement it into your next build. Whatever you do, continue being your best self, and I'll keep posting my progress.